Now the situation that we look at is the situation at the airport. Airport is Flughafen. Okay, so the situation we have is am Flughafen, which is on the airport or at the airport. The first word we take here is the Immigration, which means immigration, or the Einwanderung, which means immigration as well. So the Immigration or the Einwanderung. These two terms we use for immigration. But when you are at an airport and you have to get your passports checked, the word that is used is the Passkontrolle, which means passport check. So as you can see, der Reisepass or der Pass means passport and Kontrolle is checking of that passport. So the word we use here, which you might see at airports, is the Passkontrolle, where you get your immigration stamp. Another word that we very commonly see at airports is der Zoll. Zoll means customs. Okay, so keep an eye out at these boards whenever you are at the airport. The next word that we take here is the word der Flug, which means a flight. So the word is der Flug. So when we talk of flights, we have the word der Abflug, which means departure. So when you are looking at flights departing at an airport, make sure you look for the word Abflug or sometimes only Ab in short form. This represents departures. The next word that we take here is the word die Ankunft, which means arrivals. So whenever you are looking at flights arriving, the word that is used is der Ankunft, sometimes written in short with an dot, which is Ankunft. So this is departures and this is arrivals. Now let's take a look at some common questions that you might encounter at an airport. The first very basic question is wie ist Ihr Name? So you need to respond here with your name. So for example, mein Name ist Antonio Bach. The next question that follows might be woher kommen Sie? That is, they would like to know where are you coming from. So the response to that can be the country that you are coming from. So for example, ich komme aus Japan, which is Japan. It could be followed by a question asking you, was machen Sie in Deutschland? That is what you are doing here in Germany. So for example, you are traveling to a city. You can tell them that you are going to this city by using the verb reisen. So for example, the response here can be ich reise nach Dresden. If you are a student, you may often get a question that asks wo studieren Sie? That is the place where you are studying, which means you need to respond here with the name of your university. So when the question is wo studieren Sie, you can respond with ich studiere an der ABC University. So this ABC is basically a blank. You can put in the name of your university over here. Now after this, we take a look at some more basic modes of transportation that you can find. Transportation or transport is called as Verkehrsmittel, which means modes of transportation. So there are some common public transportation that we can see here. Das Taxi, which is a taxi. Das Auto, which is a car. Der Zug, which is a train. Der Bus, which is a bus. Und die Straßenbahn, which is a tram. I'll repeat these once more. Das Taxi, das Auto, der Zug, der Bus, die Straßenbahn. So now let's assume we are traveling somewhere and we are taking a train. So here is an example of a very basic dialogue that you can have at a railway station. Also, you will learn certain terms here which are very important when you are traveling by a train. So we start with the dialogue at the railway station. So let's just say you walk up to a ticket window. You greet the person sitting at the ticket window by saying "Hallo, guten Tag." So when you walk up to a ticket window, you can greet the person sitting at the ticket window by saying "Hallo, guten Tag." Okay? If it is morning, please say "Guten Morgen." If it is evening, please say "Guten Abend." So, for example, we have taken here "Guten Tag." Let them know where you would like to go. Eine Fahrkarte nach Dresden bitte. So let's say we are traveling to Dresden. We need a ticket for Dresden. So we ask eine Fahrkarte nach Dresden. So a Fahrkarte is a ticket. If you see, we have added the word bitte here so that we sound polite. So eine Fahrkarte nach Dresden. You might get a response from the person at the ticket window asking when you would like to go. That is, which train you would like to board. So the question might often be, wann möchten Sie fahren? That is, when would you like to travel? So it's not always that you go to a ticket window and buy a ticket for immediate travel. You might also go in for a reservation. So that's the reason they ask you first, wann möchten Sie fahren? So you can inquire about when the next train leaves by asking, wann fährt der nächste Zug? So as we saw, Zug is a train. What you need to know here is when the next train is going. So the word next stands for next. You might get a response, for example, der nächste Zug fährt 10 Uhr am Gleis 4. Now what this means is, in response, that person might tell you that the next train is, for example, leaving at 10 o'clock, which is 10 Uhr am Gleis 4. So the word Gleis means platform. After that, you may want to know the cost of the ticket. So this is was kostet die Fahrkarte. Was kostet die Fahrkarte, meaning what is the cost of the ticket, to which you will definitely get a response from the person at the ticket counter asking einfach oder hin oder zurück. So when you are traveling one way means einfach. That is, you're only going in one direction. You might not want a return ticket immediately. But when you say hin und zurück, which means you need a two-way ticket, that is, you need a return ticket. So if you want a one-way ticket, just say einfach. If you need a return ticket, that is, if you are going and you are returning, in that case, ask for hin und zurück, which means you need a return from that place, a return ticket from that place. So for example, we have taken your einfach, which means just give me a one-way ticket. They will tell you the cost of the ticket. 35 Euro. This is just an example that I have taken, 35 euros. Hier bitte. They might just hand you the ticket. You can say danke and you can conclude the conversation. So let me give you this whole conversation again. Hallo, guten Tag. Eine Fahrkarte nach Dresden bitte. Wann möchten Sie fahren? Wann fährt der nächste Zug? Der nächste Zug fährt 10 Uhr am Gleis 4. Was kostet die Fahrkarte? Einfach oder hin und zurück? Einfach bitte. 35 Euro. Hier bitte. Danke. Remember the word Gleis, which means platform, Fahrkarte, which means a train ticket, or can be used for any other ticket that you use in any other mode of transport, and einfach oder hin und zurück, which means one way and return.